Hi, Aquarius. Welcome to your February reading. Happy birthday to my February Aquarians. I hope you guys are having a wonderful season so far. It's a little quirky and weird. So your season started with Pluto ingressing Aquarius for the second out of 3 times. The third time, Pluto will do this back into Capricorn just for a minute, just at that 29 degrees, not going any further than that. And then will be in Aquarius for 20 years, starting in November of this year. And then we'll be there until April of 2044. Um, and I think a lot of people are talking about the changes that are coming with this Pluto and Aquarius, and they're talking about, and really the only thing that we have to go off of is history. And history shows that there was a lot of civil unrest. There was a lot of, revolutions that happened the last time that Pluto was in Aquarius. Very on brand for Aquarius, very on brand. Let's just change everything because this doesn't work for me. Aquarius is freedom. And there isn't a lot of freedom going on right now, right? Like, I mean, am I wrong when I say that? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's not a lot of freedom. The freedom that we can find is within ourselves, but there's not a lot, if you are someone who still is in society every single day, like I don't, I obviously connect with society every day. But I don't go to work, right? I don't go to work in society, and I never will again. This Pluto in Aquarius is like my life, the rest of my lifespan, right? So I'm not going back to that. Like, why would I do that to myself, right? Um, but things have to change. And I know that people who are not having to like go be in society every single day. I think everybody sees it, right? Nobody is immune to the fact that things need to change. There's something that's going on right now um, in humanity that is not good. It's not okay. And it doesn't feel okay, right? It doesn't feel okay for anybody. I don't care who you are. I don't care what color your skin is. I don't care where you went to school. I don't care how you grew up. I don't care how much money you have. There are things that are happening in the world today, and it's been happening for a while. This is not brand new information. Things have to change. So Pluto and Aquarius is going to do that. And I did talk about the whole 2024 astrology reading that's available if you want to go see that. I am going to do a Pluto and Aquarius reading. I'm not rushing it though. I'm not rushing the Pluto and Aquarius reading because I want to say the right things. I want to say the correct things that come out of my mouth. I want all that to be right and correct. And but I will be doing one, for Patreon. So, and if you would like to get your astrology for February, you can get that on Patreon. I just actually finished your astrology for February. And for everybody, not just for you guys, it's going to be a very healing time. It's going to be a very healing month. Chiron's going to be conjunct the North Node. I talk about that in your 6-month readings. But Aquarius, there is something that has to be done. There's something that it's been in your readings for months. There is something that is, it's just kind of looming, it's looming, it's in your life and it's just there and it's heavy and it's like, you kind of wish that it would sort itself out. And I don't mean to make light of it because it's not easy, right? It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. And, it is going to sort itself out. It's going to sort itself out in a time, in a manner, and in a time frame that's not yours, that's not going to be what you think. And part of that accountability and responsibility on your part is recognizing the discomfort that you feel with it, because the connection that you have to this is somewhat karmic, right? This is it. We have the devil here. Could be a Capricorn that you're working with, but it's definitely something very karmic that you're in it. And a lot of times when things are karmic in our life and we're trying to close that chapter, it's really hard to let go of it, especially if it's super duper deep rooted and you can feel that deep root and you're like, do I and the funny thing is in this case is I feel like you're sitting here kind of going back and forth with yourself, like, do I have more lessons to learn? Do I need to stay and write it out? Do I need to do I need to keep making effort? Could be dealing with a water sign also, but I feel like this is you, to be honest, Aquarius. I know the emotional thing is not your thing. And I understand that there's certain level of wanting to keep yourself together, right? But I do feel like this month, February, is going to be that time because there's going to be some roller coasters. There are going to be some ups and downs and some really explosive energies, and this really is the beginning of the Pluto synodic cycle, because Pluto's going to be meeting up with all of Mars, Mercury, Venus in February, and it's the beginning of a new chapter. Truly, truly, for all of us, for all of humanity, it's the beginning of a new chapter. And so it's going to be emotional. Changes are going to happen, evolution, that's what it is. But with Pluto, it's not instant. It's not like boom, everything changes right away, right? Sometimes that could happen when Uranus is helping. Uranus will go direct in February, or in at the end of January, just a couple of days after I'm done with this reading. In a few days, it'll go direct. So we'll have all of these planets in direct in February. So the change is going to happen really fast, and it's going to happen whether you're seeing it or not, right? We have the Two of Swords. We have the Knight of Swords, and we have the Four of Swords. There's contradictory energy here. A lot of swords. So the overthinking, some of the overthinking could very well be the karmic tie that you have to the whole situation or the whole experience that you're in. And you guys, I say situation or experience, it could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be a person, it could be just something that is happening with you. It could be a belief, an idea that you have held on to and it's weighed on you for a really long time, right? But there's this karmic tie to someone or something that is ready to break, right? I think that tie is ready to break. Let's see. The devil, deep breaths. Ooh, wow. Okay. We're going to have to pause this for a second because my boot, like, it's going to look real awkward. Hold on one second. Okay. What fell on the ground? We were clarifying the devil. We have the, I love it, Nine of Cups. We have the Emperor, and we have the Ten of Cups. So here's the thing, guys, is this karmic tie that you have right now that you're holding on to is literally the thing that's keeping you from stepping into what your ultimate happiness. The Nine of Cups is the wish card. It's literally everything that you've wanted. It's the things that you've been thinking about. And that Emperor right there, it could be an Aries that it is that you want to be with, but it's also that Emperor is legitimately saying, like, you are in charge of this part. Like the universe is there are a lot of things that we don't have control over, Aquarius. There are a lot of things that we don't have control over in this life. And you have control over this part for you. And are you going to let that gift slide away? Are you really going to let when the universe finally takes a step back and says, it's your stage, Aquarius, you're going to let it slip away? I don't think that's one little thing, one tie, one string, one knot, one belief system, one idea, something that you're holding on to. Could be a person that you're holding on to. Hold on, let's see. Yep, there we go. Four of Pentacles. I don't want to put those down there. Four of Pentacles on the Queen of Cups. Now, if the Queen of Cups is not you being overly extra emotional, it could be that you are extra emotional because you are holding on to things and you're not allowing the energy to flow. You're holding on to stuff, you're not allowing the purge to happen. Or it could be that you're holding on to a water sign, or you're holding on to someone else that you have close emotional ties with. But that Four of Pentacles is not getting you. This is what you're in control of, right? You're in control of this Four of Pentacles status. Because whatever you're holding on to, that's the comfort. That's the comfort zone. That's the place where everything felt better, right? And we have the Two of Cups with the Two of Swords. Wow. So for a lot of you, this has to do with a relationship. And it has to do with a relationship that it was very significant for you and very strong. And I feel like you don't know what to do with this relationship, right? That Two of Swords is also a little bit apathetic. Like you're almost to the point to where you don't even want to feel the pain of it anymore. Like you don't even want to feel it anymore. You just want it to go away. Like you're at that point where you're just like, I'm ready to move on and I want to go away, but I don't want to pay attention to it, right? And that's not the way that works, Aquarius. I understand your detachment skills are like top notch, right? I get that. I get that. And I actually am there with you. I really am. I'm dominated by Saturn and Uranus. You wouldn't think so. Just by glancing at my chart, you wouldn't be like, oh, yeah, she's dominated by Saturn and Uranus because there's a lot of other stuff going on. But I am, at the end of the day, I'm dominated by Saturn and Uranus. And my dominant planets or Saturn. That's what I meant to say, not dominated. I mean, maybe, I don't know. They're very dominating energies. So probably feels a little bit dominatrix sometimes, to be quite honest. Little masochist. But yeah, so the Two of Cups, and here's the thing is the swords are over analyzing, but they're overshadowing the good things. They're overshadowing the way you transmute this. The overthinking is overshadowing how you transmute the energy from a karmic tie and a karmic pull to recognizing that your happily ever after is in your control. I know. You know what is even more funny than that, you guys, is I've recognized that when things are in my when things are in my control, especially because I'm ruled by Saturn like heavily, when things are in my control, I'm more scared when things are in my control. I'm more scared when I'm the one that's supposed to pull the trigger. I am less scared when the energy does it for me, because I've been through so much of the rug being pulled out from underneath me that I'm used to that. But showing up for myself, and actually pulling the trigger and actually making something happen for myself, that still scares the shit out of me. Do I still do it? Every day. I still pull that trigger every single day, and I still do it for myself. And why? Even though I'm afraid to do it. Because I'm afraid to do it. Because I know that if I'm making decisions in fear, I am not making the correct decisions. I'm making decisions based on a power that I can control. And I can't control a lot, but I can control my fear. The Wheel of Fortune on the Knight of Swords. So there's something that's shifting for you guys, obviously. There's something very big that's shifting for Aquarius right now. And it has everything to do with your future. This shift has everything to do with your future. And you're in control, right? The Wheel of Fortune on the Knight of Swords. You don't even have to do anything at this point. All you have to do is let go of the past. And letting go of the past doesn't mean that it goes away. You know, letting go of the past means that you can see it from a different lens. Because Aquarius is future oriented. Aquarius is innovative. Aquarius is, you know, there are things that Aquarius came to this lifetime to do. And, you know, that's what Pluto and Aquarius is all about. It's the innovation and the change and the showing up and doing it for one another again, instead of being so self-centered, right? You know, we have the Wheel of Fortune here, and that feeling like you feel like you need to rush to do things, and it needs to be, you know, you, whether it feels like it's happening really really fast or whether it feels like it's happening really really slow for you, it's still happening, right? And divine timing is actually your timing, it's your alignment. And that's what I mean by being in control. On the Four of Swords, we have the Eight of Cups and the High Priestess. The Four of Swords is about healing. It's about, you know, with those swords are still thoughts though, right? But we're healing our thoughts. Where a lot of times the Four of Swords makes me think of the Hanged Man. It's like a minor arcana energy of the Hanged Man. It's like putting things aside and really allowing ourselves to see stuff from a different perspective. And that different perspective allows us to heal when we're able to see things from a different perspective. And some things, remembering that sometimes some things never go away, and we just kind of get bigger around it, and that's why it sort of seems to get easier to manage. You know, it's not that things get easier, it's that you get bigger and you learn how to manage things better, right? Like even grief or loss or pain. You know, that's how we transmute that suffering. Intuitively, this High Priestess energy, you know that there are some emotional things that you're connected to that are no longer serving you. And it's time for closure. And even though you have no idea what's on the other side of this hill, the moon at the bottom of the deck, right? What's on the other side of that hill? You don't know. You don't know what's on the other side of that hill. You just know you have to get there. And how do you do it? One day at a time. You're in control of this. You're in control of this part. And that doesn't come often or easily. Right? So I love you guys. And I know that this birthday season is going to be kind of like this sort of thing for you. And as we get into Pisces season, even it's going to be, it's going to be very healing. So take care of yourself, please. Take care of each other, and make sure that um, you're just allowing the things to unfold. Make sure that you're not closing yourself off to any kind of blessings, because you want to hold on to what felt comfortable. All right. I love you guys. Have a wonderful birthday. Bye.